utility throw, putting pressure on these FPX members. Caught behind the box, they'll try to use their wave to get on out of there. Munchkin's picked up 2 in the meantime and still fighting while his teammates come to incredibly good site defenders. FPX are making the right call, looking elsewhere, and it's Saya player to be dropped first. That's the big rifle out of the round now for T1. Look back to the Bulldogs on Munchkin, who's already taken a lot of damage. Carpe pushed out of the site, and B is most certainly taken late lurk from Nichao as well. Great potential for this squad, and because it's the wingman planting, when they go through to try and take advantage of the numbers, well, anything but. And
the high tide through to block off a lot of angles, but there's 3 players ready and waiting.
Oh, nice sees. It's gone through, and it's caught some players. They're able to sneak up behind the walls, and Carpe and Munchkin both falling. Puts a lot of pressure on Zeta to deliver, and he's out. Giving up the site and playing for the retake. It's definitely the smart call. They'd love to grab a pick along the way, but that one cost them so much more.
Of Thrash, which would have denied them anyway.
Yeah, it's a really tough one. Look at this entry right away. Showstopper used, and he's almost paid a hefty price for that control. And, you know, there was no one here. They were playing the retake around B. Now it's time to retake. Showstopper through. No one found. Halfway already, but the blast pack will get him up close. The shot is good. Berlin down, and Aya left on 15 HP. He'll be cleaned up quickly, you'd imagine. Has to be the last man standing, denying that. Maybe even tucks into that corner. Oh, there's the smoke up. He knows now. Great position. They're clearing it, but the first player down. Now they can react. Ban on the trade. The rotation seeming to come through from Munchkin. Gonna leave Ban to make this play by himself. Zeta shutting down too. That is absolutely huge. The FPX have stopped completely, and the flank is now coming through. A desperation from Aya as he looks to bring the spike elsewhere and hopefully grab a plant. I don't know how much that's going to help them.
Putting this into a 2v4, but on the B site, a spot that's very difficult to hold from. A little bit of a dicey fight, but it is going to be Ban to win it. And now Aya left. I don't think he even knows that Munchkin's about to come around this corner. The drop down spotted, but Munchkin just playing this so safe. He actually goes peek it back out though. Off to a strong start. It's a great position to be in. Again, Viper's Pit actually going to be thrown out as they look to late take into the B site. Ban, I don't think he's going to be able to get much from here with the operator, and it's going to have to be that full-on retake once again.
Yuka's gone hunting as well. Just look at his position, propped up on the boxes. That's a great angle that they're not expecting. And even as Ban tried to clear it, he couldn't quite get there on time. The op certainly being a saving grace for FPX so far. Nichao with a challenge, and it's just about corrected in time. Starting to get scary. That stun couldn't be better. Munchkin's out. Surely not wanting to lose any more weapons.
Leveling up once more, and a bit more aggression. That has not gone well. Nichao with a free opener, looking for more. Ban somewhat caught him no man's land, but the paranoia, well, it not only gets him, I was going to say it could have got him out of there, but he doesn't leave. In fact, his opponents completely fall off, and he still holds onto the angle.
Yeah, he actually held the angle while setting up that smoke the whole time, just making sure no one snuck out. This is a man confident in holding this spot. We've seen T1 consistently get aggressive around this position, and it's something most teams will do. You always want to compete for rubble. But Ban is taking it to another level, still being here this late into the round. And FPX do intend to take it towards him. Flash is back online for Aya. Have some cascading utility to make their way out. And all that util's falling on nothing because Ban fell back. A great sense of when to give up the control. The question is, will a rotate come in on time? Ban could be under a lot of pressure.
And just using the one-way smoke to try and deter players from going back into this A site through the double doors. Zeta realizing he has to try and help out his teammate a little bit, but the Cove is almost going to lock him out completely. And Aya with a solid entry. No chance for Zeta to make a play. And you look at the remainder, well, almost just diving in for risky plays on the side of T1, and FPX are more than prepared, just waiting for players to make a mistake. Saya's going to get him. Doing this almost for orb control. Faking out the space. 4 players currently on this side of the map, and the one on the other side, Carpe, has just been decimated by the operator. Now they start hightailing it back towards the A site. The decision's still yet to be made. FPX leaving this one very late and deep, but if they get into a post plant with that Viper's Pit, it's trouble for T1.
There was 20 seconds on the clock, and they still haven't made their way towards the site. But finally, that decision is made. They've baited out the rotates to be controlled this game entirely so far. Like, this round has been theirs
used on A.
all over. And yeah, they're only realizing now that this is a problem after they burned up their lockdown. FPX are set up with a Viper's Pit with players inside with utility plenty. Even the snake bite online for Nichao late round, and okay.
Nice shot.
Yuka is going to be caught. That's a big pick. Aya, if he overextends there, that angle's being watched, but he'll catch more than enough. 2 quick kills, Berlin following up even.
See the Gecko utility. I like the change from T1.
Paranoia.
They're going to play that a little bit more aggressive. The Paranoia is going to do the work, but it's whether or not the rest of the team are going to start making a play on the other side of the map, and how much time can actually be bought. Thrash sent through is going to garner them an extra little bit of information, and it's only going to be the 1-for-1 trade. Nichao gone, but again, it's the same. They sell a ruse. The only problem, though, is the spike. The spike's facing back into the spawn. 28 seconds left is dropped on the deck. A mistake made by the side of FPX. They have to go back and retrieve this. And in the meantime, T1 can start re-aggressing. A 1-for-1 trade, 15 seconds. They have to go running into this B site, but they're going to use that showstopper. That will grant them the space that they need to get into this plant.
It's something. Operator as well. This could be beautiful for FPX to still manage, even after those fumbles earlier on in the round, to close this out. An 8-4 scoreline will be huge. The timing is key, and Munchkins won it, leaving just Berlin all alone. He'll use his waves to try and block off their sight lines, but they'll be through that in just a moment's time. Low HP on 1.
They're definitely in a good position for this one, but we'll see if they can take the second pistol. Great start for Berlin. Look at the damage that's already been done as well. Players tagged behind as they look to enter the site. It is a slaughter! Lysor puts the entirety of that execution down, and now Zeta looking to try and get the ace. Little bro going to be helping out. Yeah, maybe expecting to get a kill on the way. Definitely one of the easiest sites to retake. Nice shot, though, by Munchkin and Saya. Solid start to this round. Nade to deny any further aggression, and the A site completely under their control, managing to avoid any of that initial aggression. And similarly to their opponents, just baiting in those initial takes and then forcing rotations from FPX.
Yeah, the sad thing being, you've lost your rifle, your real rifle here. You can see the Bulldogs coming through for a retake. But now the question does turn to damage. How much?
How many did they get, Mitch? Go on, call it.
I'm going to say 3. Although, I'm looking at T1, very nicely grouped up. Looks like they'll be able to trade almost any kill. There's no one out of position. And
3's optimistic.
I think that might have been Carpe's second kill of the game so far. That was incredibly crispy. Followed through. A Yuka falling. And, okay, a bit of panic here. Oh, the showstopper. That's huge. Just easier to throw that away, especially when you've got other ultis coming online.
This is a bit of a pace
near
change.
Future. Yeah, very quick indeed. Saya players already taken down Nichao, and the reinforcements will be late to A. Way too late, in fact, because with Lysor down, that plant is uncontested.
Yeah, well, with Saya on the defensive side, you have the ability to avoid him. That was one of the things that happened a lot in that first half. Try and hunt down some of these players.
Avoided all of that intel gathering utility. They might go for a swing like that, and they've almost lost Yuka to it. That was T1's trigger point. They're rushing the site, and it looks like all control will be theirs, even catching Aya on the way back.
Yeah, another Saya player entry, and I believe at least the rifle might be able to be handed over to a teammate, but look at him go. Saya player just dying to take over. You ain't call those just come out of nowhere. The side swipe, not expected. The aggressive position, it's these Razors going head to head to try and take over this round. The time, not even that far gone, still an opportunity for him to win this one out. Still going strong, leaving it all onto Zeta. He's playing that post plant, knows exactly where he is. The ace potential, but it's so far back, and Zeta's still just sitting, but he's not landing the shots. It's already being diffused. Just looking to try and get it all the way, but Zeta!
A chance to use it, at least not on that side of the map. Presence for B. The split is on. Aya just about evading those shots. Falling back, but nobody's here to contest. Yet again, a free plant to be found by T1. So good at finding that space. And the Viper's Pit used to lock it down afterwards. Those shots were close, but Aya will not find it. So we're set up in a difficult position. This Killjoy ult is causing problems, but Zeta somehow picked up a double. What an absolute disaster. One player detained. Look at that repositioning as well. Carpe dodged the showstopper. Zeta's back online inside the Viper's pit. A third kill for T1. Carpe following, and Munchkin. Oh, wow. Okay, a lockdown's going to be used to take over control of C site. 4 players here, but just take a look at the position of Zeta, not lurking on A. Viper walls on C. This is going to be a much more direct round, one in which they don't intend to fall back, use secondary options. The plant is in, already found, and they're giving up all this space. Thrash won't be able to reach them. It can be recovered at least. Not in a great position, though, using it mostly for the information. That's not going to be back up and online. Showstopper used.
Oh, wow.
Now Saya. Well, we don't need to talk about that one. Bans picked up Yukon. Defuse being tapped. They're not sure. Someone could be on it right now. They need to swing and check. Maybe someone spotted it just around the edge of that wall. Saya, good for one. Lysor down. Nishao up close. Got his double, but they're trading it right back.
Like, you're either on the cross with your back, or you're right on the edge. Like, I feel like this is an incredibly dangerous pit to try and sit in, and huge reliance on Lysor to try and hold this one out. A lot of utility being put into delay, but they're not expecting that this is a full committal just yet.
They still have that Viper orb. If things do get a little bit scary, it's probably going to go up with the 40-second, 30-second mark once this wall goes down. There you go. It's up, but it's a little bit too late. They're already through. Now the Viper having to fight, and Nijiao is down. Viper's pit out of the round, and FPX still massively behind after all of that has been taken out of their hands. They only get 1 kill for their trouble. Very little damage. No control on the way back through. The one thing is, they did just hear that jump. Aya is fully aware that Munchkin is around that corner on his right, and he's going to seek him out, but his teammates are on the side already. So even though he gets that kill, there's just nothing to say about it. The 125 HP, sure, he's looking healthy, but there's 2 players lined.
It feels like a lifetime now, because he's been in a great spot and aggressive. It's a dry peek out. Okay, they've cleared Munchkin at least.
Into the site. You stick with 3 players on A. And in fact, Yukon goes more passive. It's the right call. Yeah. He would just get sectioned off and eliminated in a 1vx fight. Instead, he has to try to harass them on the way through and wait for his teammates to come in. They have a lot of utility for the way back in. That nade is going to go through. Zeta already gone. The nade's a little late, so it's not going to catch a kill, but that might have given them a chance.
Yeah, Zeta has been the post-plant king, so getting rid of him with a spam and him almost sacrificing himself to it is going to help them out massively. 4 players looking to try and go back through on that retake. Lysor doing well. In fact, no trades to be had is left onto Saya. He's been aggression, a tap onto the orb, and this is where they try and execute instead. They've actually thrown the nade, almost blocking off their own corner. Again, another blip for FPX, a mistake, and almost too easy an opener on the other side. They're going to try and actually push off the back of this. Saya player gets the kill with his nade instead of the gun. And now Berlin, this started off as a set play for the side of FPX. It's cut off his own angle. This is going horribly wrong.
Oh, no! Right onto the nano. He's 7 HP. Oh, yeah, good luck with that. Zeta's just shutting him down, and well, that seems to be the final nail in the coffin for the FPX side. Nijiao, you better start that ace chant if you want another round, because FPX need one right now, and it's only the
towards the A side, the fact that he hasn't rotated anywhere near. Yeah, there you go, the heal instantly being popped. The thing is, though, this does buy a little bit of extra time for those rotations to come through.
I mean, T1 are pretty close and sectioning out a lot of this site. The flash through the wall for Saya player to force a fight. Nijiao goes down. The kills going their way for now, as it seems T1 are stabilizing in the post plant. That's when Aya steps up. That quick double, but it's left him on 20 HP. Has to rely on Berlin getting out of the bathroom and finding a leg to stand on with this retake. Currently not spotting any players. They might have heard the jump towards the spawn. There's a tap. Aya now going to be defending him from the crossover halfway already. They need to hurry. And
for FPX, this is where they look to get back into this match. A buy-up, Uicore taking the early fight. That's one way to get back into the server. 2 heads wiped out almost immediately. For T1, well, this was somewhat of a heavier investment. Like, they still have plenty to buy up within the next round, but they have rifles here.
You can see that they're even looking across the map now individually, trying to find opportunities to take some fights, maybe catch a player on the back foot or the front foot as they get aggressive. There's no movement. Side of FPX content to sit back, except for over in bathroom. Little pop flash out of Aya, that's what they were waiting for. And that has just crumbled this round, leaving the player who was lurking just moments ago, Munchkin, to try and make this work and his rotate around. And they're already pushed up close. Look at Aya's position. A hard one to clear. He'll check it anyways. Crosshair placement, near perfect. Very early ulti going through. Of course, you can pick that one back up. And have to gain control over there first. Being destroyed inside of Hookah. Reobtainable for sure. Do they want to pressure out? A flash certainly indicates they do, but it's only spams for now. Damage done though. Lighting. Okay, traded back indeed, but just look at the price paid. Lysor down to 45. Man advantage sitting with T1. And the Spike still in a very safe spot. Can TP or just walk away. It's a flash peek though. That's what they're gambling on, and it's worked out for Lysor. He's low HP, maybe holding him back, but one is good enough, you would have thought.
That's the thing. They were pretty much ready with the anti-flash help from Zeta. The Thrash set up as well to make sure there was no way that that final player within the site would be able to hold on. And now for Nichao, a 1v3 clutch on the contact angle, and then the
always something to watch with those flashes. He's on the other side of the map to the engagement. Hello, Yukaw's looking for someone, updrafting around, and well, he's being found instead. Saya player dropping and looking for more around the top of the boxes. Oh, and he's up in heaven as well. There's no stopping this man. Mr. Worldwide on the site, but he's being taken down at long last.
It was mentioned comfort. I don't think you can look more comfortable than that. Literally gliding through that A site. Nichao, the thing is, even if he gets this far, there's going to be an instant swing. Trying to find anything more should be impossible. Actually, never mind. It's a little bit disjointed. Looking possible for them as Aya's managed to find a multi-frag of 3. Zeta in the post plant, though. We know how devastating he's been. The spam through the wall, not quite connecting. The time's fairly. Round off with a bang. He's looking to do the same. Viper's Pit out immediately, Reckoning alongside it. They are trying to use those ults as almost spam. Okay. A chance. But Berlin's managed to just walk right past, and then nothing's going the way of T1 right now. Okay, finally, Ban has managed to find a kill. He goes running through. Somehow catches Yuiko off guard, and this looks even again. In fact, even in favor of T1.
That doesn't last very long, does it? The neck-and-neck fight down to Lysor with 40 HP. Sure, Saya's low, but not going to kill him.
They have 3 players, though, ready and waiting. Saya, immediate dash! And while Lysor's just been decimated, now the Reckoning coming through as well. This will reveal where his opponents are, spamming through the walls. He has support as well in the form of Carpe. This is looking bleak, and well, Aya just trying to almost hide at the back of this site. A counter Reckoning being sent through, but with Thrash denying that space, they can't even do anything off it.
Yeah, I don't know where you go from this point. Both flashes still for Aya, can hope to find something, but the showstopper doesn't even land, and Saya players switch places, got inside the cove, fragmented this retake completely, and there's players waiting outside, baiting Carpe, letting him fall. That's fine, because they've got the utility to close this one out. Now they can swing in one at a time, run that clock.
Guardian as well, so a slightly heavier investment for him, and a chance for Yuiko to do some damage, but not this time around. They're going to be building into this one, and Saya, he's just so confident playing around his own utility, almost just looking, waiting for the flash, and it's a little bit labored on the spray, but he will get the opener nonetheless.
Full control. Viper post plant, 2 snake bites for Zeta. Not here to help out Saya player who's been dropped. Carpe falls, Ban's gone. Now this is going to be a close round with Zeta falling. It's all crumbled. The side of T1, finally we see a problem. Lysor, right low on the edge. What a shot from Munchkin. He thinks it was being defused. What FPX's response is B players falling back. They sense the aggression. Operator from Yukon not going to find anything. He's bailing. Seekers are hunting down his teammates. Berlin still able to hold strong, but left on super low HP. He won't get out alive. But is there a follow-up? Follow through from FPX. Saya players up close yet again, but it's traded. Aya again able to take down Saya player, potentially end his streak on the A side. A shot missed for FPX though. Munchkin's only 10 HP, but it's enough. Now he can buy even more time sitting in that corner. Flash back online. It'll be used fairly soon, you'd imagine. Oh, it better be. That snake fight's close, and it's got him. Great positioning on that utility, but the time is still going to be an issue. They need to find these final players blinded. Aya knows there's a player around the corner, but he's blinded himself! Even still lands the shot, but he's got more to do! Another player to take down, and it's Ban consistently! There's a flash.
Always scary, the flash. It goes deep, though. They don't expect anybody to be this close. It's the 1-2 punch, but only the one. Saya's all that's needed. But this is a ruse. He's just selling the idea that this is a B hit. The fact is, though, they haven't really fallen for it just yet. The rotation eventually coming. Uicore spots them down mid. He hasn't been able to connect on it, and he's wrapped on by Zeta. Leaving just to make that one! Saya player has just taken over this round. While Berlin, he's one off a showstopper, but he's going to need a lot from this one.
Oh yeah, this needs to be one hell of a round. Quick kill, showstopper up, follow through. One of the biggest clutches of Berlin's life. He's running straight into the off to start it. Saya player holding stakes. They weren't misplaying it. They were just getting wrecked. And it might just be the same again here in the pistol. T1 have snuck behind them. In fact, using their own wall. FPX are in trouble. They have no idea how many players are coming up behind them. And that's the spike. Disaster strikes despite Berlin claiming control over this part of the map. They've got to go right back to B-Long to pick up the spike. And there's 3 defenders there.
Yeah, they had nobody watching for that B short push, and well, they've got the A site under their control.
We're going to teleport.
Yeah, if only they had a From the Shadows in round 1 on Omen that they don't have. Yeah, it's a rough position, and the fact is everything is being watched for. I say that, Zeta, he's switching between the 2 angles. It gives an opening, a chance. Uicore being able to bring things back into a 3v3. Still 40 seconds left on the clock, and they have no ground. They have to try and take their way back in, clearing almost everything as they go. But the fact is, all 3 players
30 seconds left.
are sat back, waiting within this spike. Carpe already going to put another to the death toll, but it's decent trades. Down to the jet.
Yeah, like you say, Tom, it's very strange. Light shields on Nichao.
Back guarantee, that's what it is.
I'm not so sure about that one. Check the fine print.
We'll see,
but
we'll see.
So they're leaving their options open again. Yukon going to be moving back towards B, spotting for aggression, meaning they can teleport if they need to later if he finds a pick. But with these weak weapons, really, you are just hoping for a big mistake to be made. Flash through from Aya, gets him absolutely nothing. Didn't even make it through the smoke himself before he was spammed down. The teleport, they're not committing. Oh, okay, well that's actually worked out nicely. They kind of thought the other player had fallen back already or was out of here. Instead, the punish there as the utility goes through the teleporter. Damage already decent. Whiffed shots too. FPX have a serious chance. If they had rifles recovered, you'd feel a lot better. But if Lysor keeps this up, he might not need one. That's 4 kills with a Sheriff. And it's leaving it just onto Ban. Consistent clutcher for this squad. His multi-kills have been incredible, but Lysor wants the ace. He's hungry for it. Down to just 36 HP. Much slower round out of this attacking side. The fights do come through, though. That was Berlin looking for some of his own space on B, and he has certainly cracked that control open. You're going to see Munchkin move back in, fill the position, see that nobody's here. That keeps them with 3 players on the A site. The read is perfect for the side of T1. The weaponry is here. 1 player spotted, a second firing off from heaven, and they've spotted Carpe up close. That was my concern. Maybe he'd slip underneath the radar, but nobody does.
To try and delay, it didn't work out.
They've got him pinched, but they don't finding a push like they just did in the previous round.
It's going to be another pacey hit. I think it is. This time the double duel is together. A lot of damage being taken. Showstopper utilized off the back of it. They are trying to throw these ults in, but Carpe's done very well. He's actually managed to claim control of the spike, and this will have a rotation coming back from his teammate through the teleporter. Zeta already finding another, but Lysor's still there, still fighting.
Yeah, going down's not the biggest deal, though, realistically, especially when Munchkin is going to reoccupy this spot just moments later. A great angle to fight for, but oh, that's a spanner thrown into the works. Lysor kept back for just a moment. Thinks maybe they've snuck in. It'll run the clock down, but there's 55 seconds. There's still time. Rotation. Carpe on his way back around.
Like this.
Clearing out middle. And while they waste their time getting this spike and trying to avoid these shots in the dark, these players on T1 are set up for the post plant, or for even the plant attempt. Maybe not. Swinging in early, and he's found the kill for his trouble. The worst part is that pit doesn't cover the site, so it's basically going to go down if you commit to the plant. And, well, certainly if Lysor falls, which seems to be just moments away, Ever Vigilant not giving him that fight. Well, they weren't all giving him that fight. Carpe certainly was. He's isolated the correct duel. Game sense off the charts.
He's just going to look to peek this completely dry.
Made. Now it depends. Will Ban get curious for information? Will he swing? No, that's what Carpe is here for. It's going to be a double swing. Dealing with Nizhao easily. Locking the control and now focusing back towards the push that's coming in. The flash up top confirms players are here. Although they'll be blocked out by this wall, that's the intention for T1, to be able to reposition, get Carpe back to the site. With plenty of ultis to work with, but they won't want to expend them here. A 12th round on the cusp of being theirs.
How do you even fly?
Crash maybe from Carpe could come through.
This is impossible. Like, you have to kill someone before getting a plant. Even Munchkin still surviving. Thrash going through, maybe a little bit early. And somehow they managed to fight two back. A warbang. Oh, throw a Thrash. It's ridiculous from Carpe. I don't know how he's getting away with the frags he's finding, but now Aya is all that's left. Maybe hoping for a late dash through, but there's nothing he can really do here. Look how passive Carpe is after huge individual play. He waits patiently. He's going to send Little Bro through. Finally, he'll go down, but he's already won the round. His sacrifice will give T1 their 12th. And it will
I've got your trail.
Oh, here goes the execution. Carpe under some serious pressure. Dizzy thrown out to try and slow them down. In fact, he's spamming everything. He knows that they're trying to run him down. They know he's in that corner, but it's his teammates they should be worrying about. Zeta already. Aya desperately trying to cling to life, but it is done. T1